Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This is Snigdha Mahapatra, a third year student from KIT School of Law and currently an intern under LexLink. In my previous video, I talked about the copyright infringement under the copyright law in India. In this video, I will be talking about the various remedies available under the Copyrights Act in case of infringement of a copyrighted work. Under the Copyright Act 1957, both civil and criminal remedies are available against infringement of copyright. In the case of innocent infringements, some of these remedies are not available as that is included under fair dealing. Now, the first we talk about civil remedies. Section 54 to 62 of the Copyright Act provides civil remedies. As per Section 55 of the Act, in the case of infringement of copyright, the owner of the copyright shall, except as otherwise provided by this Act, be entitled to all such remedies by way of injunction, damages, accounts of profit, and otherwise as are or may be conferred upon by law for the infringement of a right. Thus, an owner of copyright is entitled for all such civil remedies like injunction or damages or accounts of profit and other remedy conferred by law. Now, firstly, let's look into injunction. The main remedy sought in most copyright suits is an injunction to restrain the defendant from continuing to do acts which constitute infringement. It is the only remedy available against a defendant who proves that at the date of the infringement he was not aware and had no reasonable grounds for believing that copyright subsisted in the work of in case of innocent infringer. The plaintiff cannot recover damages in such cases, though the court may order the defendant to pay the plaintiff the whole or part of the profits made by him by the sale of the infringing copies as it may consider reasonable in the circumstances. The law relating to injunction is contained in the Specific Relief Act of 1963. Invariably, in such actions, a temporary injunction is sought to restrain the defendant from continuing to infringe the copyright of the plaintiff pending disposal of the case. Since damages are rarely an adequate remedy for the injury suffered by the plaintiff. Also, an ad interim injunction or ex parte pending service of notice of the suit is usually sought. Now, the second remedy is damages and accounts of profits. Besides injunction, Section 55 of the Copyright Act provides remedies of damages and accounts of profit. However, the remedy of injunction can be joined either with that of damages or accounts, but the remedies of accounts and damages can in no case be joined. Thus, in a suit for infringement of copyright, the publishers of a book sought relief of injunction against the producers and distributors of the picture which filmed the theme of the book to restrain the screening of the picture any further. The publishers claimed that relief of accounts as well as damages. No complaint was filed by the publishers about adequacy of damages and the degree of damages became final. The Andhra Pradesh High Court dismissed the appeal and held that it could not be said that the injunction was not the appropriate remedy. Further, since damages were awarded and the decree of damages became final, the publishers were not entitled to the relief of accounts. The court further held that the remedies of damages and accounts are remedies in the alternative and two reliefs are incompatible. The calculation of damages in case of infringement of copyrighted work is a controversial issue. The formula for calculation of damages in case where the copyright work is not priced and the award of exemplary damages came for consideration in P.N. Krishnan Murthy versus Cooperative for American Relief. Now, next comes criminal remedies. Now, let us look into what are the statutory scheme involving around criminal remedies. Section 63 to 70 of the Copyright Act 1957 deal with criminal remedies. The act makes it an offense for any person knowingly to infringe either the copyright in a work or any other right conferred by the act, for example, production or reproduction or broadcasting, etc., or knowingly to abet such infringement. It is, however, clarified that the construction of a building or other structural work which infringes or which, if completed, would infringe the copyright in some other work is not an offense under the Act of Copyright. The Act now provides for minimum punishment, though the court is given the power to impose a lesser punishment for adequate and special reasons to be mentioned in the judgment. The punishment increases for the second or further conviction. Further, it is an offense knowingly to make or be in possession of any plate for the purpose of making infringing copies, or any work in which copyright subsists. The Act also provides for offences in relation to the register of copyrights kept under the Act and for false representations made for the purpose of deceiving or influencing any authority of office. The Amendment Act has also widened the powers of the police. It empowers any police officer not below the rank of a sub inspector, if he is satisfied that an offense of infringement of copyright in any work has been, or is being, or is likely to be committed, to seize without warrant all infringing copies of the work wherever found. He is thereupon required to make or to produce before a magistrate all copies and plates so seized as soon as practicable. The court trying the offence is empowered to order whether the accused is convicted or not, and all the copies of the work or plates in the possession of the accused which appear to the court to be infringing copies or plates for making infringing copies be delivered up to the owner of the copyright. Thank you so much for watching the video. Please subscribe to the channel for further and daily updates.